Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
A.J. Epinesa, the one credited for the sack.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2? Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On play action, Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense on balance.
Allen off the play fake. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit.
From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On first down, Carr.
Trying to throw the out route, and he completes it to Rudolph.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Carr now to throw.
And the pass complete to Waller on the out route.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Able to find Waller. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Brought down by Ed Oliver.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Carr completes it. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Micah Hyde comes flying in from safety for the sack. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now a throw here to his running back. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
On play action, Allen.
Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Gabriel Davis, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bills have taken the lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-3.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10.
Now a hit and a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
All security eluded him.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Allen going to keep it again.
Now the ball comes loose. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll run for it. Cook. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Hunt will try going up the middle.
And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Carr now on first down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. You can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Carr.
Yeah, this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, looking for Warner, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They run the counter with Cook. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis.
It's Chris Harris with a pick.
So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Carr to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with a football.
try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MV.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing now is Carr. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Carr, gotta have this one. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now Carr. Caught outright by Renfro. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out to his left. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Carr now on first down. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To try again after the sack. Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Open man, complete downfield to Davis.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing is Allen.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several points.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A give right side now to Hunt. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it.